Well, Sturgis is canceled. Alright, so last year we booked a hotel in Rapid City for the entire week. Me and the wife were going to ride this right here and go to Sturgis. Well, that's not going to work out. If we were going to go, we would be packing this thing, getting it ready. I would have probably already done a once over, but this weekend I would have made damn sure to do like a nut and bolt, check everything out, get things packed, and we'd be getting ready to be on our way. But since that's not going to happen, let's hop on the bike, go for a little bit of a ride, even though it is scorching out, but we're not going to ride to Sturgis, so might as well ride around the neighborhood, tell you why we're not going, and any tips and tricks I have for you if you are going to make that trek, because I've done it solo.
Alright, so why are we not going to Sturgis? It was a plan me and the wife had. We were going to take 2 different routes. We were going to hit as many states as possible, and now we're not doing that. Well, that all goes back to Daytona in the spring. So we had a lot of fun. Everyone who was supposed to stay at the Airbnb with us had to back out for multiple different reasons, and it was just me and the wife. So we had a lot of fun while we were in Daytona. And we found out a couple weeks later, we got pregnant. So, given the timeline, we are halfway through our pregnancy at this point. I say we because, you know, like, I'm involved, but she's the one dealing with everything. But she is halfway there. And she actually fought me for a while to not cancel the room. She wanted to go. She thought, you know, she was going to be fine and she was going to muscle through it, whatever. You know, she's been on the back of this bike, and we went from North Carolina to California and back in 2 weeks. So, old girl can do it. But I just kind of looked at her and I was like, you're going to be like 4 months pregnant or more, or something like that, 6 months pregnant. There is no way that is happening. Absolutely not. Even if, you know, there was no problems, just the amount of pee stops and the heat, that would not have worked out. So I went ahead, canceled the room early, and we got, you know, we didn't have to pay for it, which is great. And all's well that ends well. So your boy is not going to Sturgis this year. Obviously, as I'm filming this, I think everyone's kind of like, you know, starting their trip or have already started. They're on their way. And Sturgis is pretty much happening. I saw a picture of Buddy already got the Saddleman booth set up. They're ready to go. And we're not going to be there. That's okay. There is more years to come. Don't know about next year, but maybe the year after that. We'll see. We definitely want to do the ride. We don't want a trailer or, you know, any of that. So it'd be much better if we were able to ride. We'll see how that goes. Anyways, I do have some tips for everybody who is going. I've done this trip solo, North Carolina to Sturgis, South Dakota, actually like Lead, which is west of Sturgis, almost into Wyoming, which Sturgis is, you know, on the west coast of South Dakota. But I did it solo there, met up with some friends. I stayed like 2.5 days, and then it took me 2 days to get back. I did 2 900-mile days to get back from Sturgis home to North Carolina. And I will say, it really wasn't that bad. So how I got there is I left work at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I made it all the way to Dayton, Ohio. stay the night at like a super sketchy hotel. It was not great. Made it through that, and then the next day I just kind of rode all day. Made it to Sioux Falls, or Sioux Falls, I don't know how to say it, South Dakota, basically the southeastern part of South Dakota. And then I got there at a decent time, you know, got a decent hotel, went and found a nice brewery that had food, had a good dinner, got a milkshake, put it in our bar bag on the way back to the hotel, and got back to the hotel before dark, even after all that. There wasn't really much of a reason to go any further because this was a big town, got a cheap hotel. And the next day I got up and I made it to Sturgis, or Rapid City, at like lunchtime. So we were there. I made it to Rapid City, hung out at the dealership, saw some people I knew, and then met up with my friends down in Sturgis. Hung out the next day, went to Wyoming to see the Devil's Tower, did some riding. It was awesome. And then I think the day after that, we went down into Deadwood, spent some time in Deadwood, just kind of rode around, hung out, and then we went out. They put the bikes up because they trailered from New York. We went out drinking, had a good time, and the next morning I got up early and I headed home. I kind of wanted to Irish goodbye just because I knew that if they woke up and I went to talk to them and tell them bye, then I would prolong myself like an hour or two leaving. And I just ransacked it on the way home, which was crazy. When I left our Airbnb, which was on a ski resort, it was like 50 degrees. It was freezing. So I had my jackets on and stuff, and I kept my jacket mainly because we kept running into rain. I kept my jacket on basically till I got to the southern port of Virginia the next day. Kept dodging rain. I just kept running, and I don't even remember where I stopped, but I know it was about 900 miles of riding that day, and stopped. And I stopped, got to the hotel right at dark, had already ate dinner, not bad. Got up the next day and kept riding, and I was somewhere maybe in Virginia at dark, but I wasn't gonna stop there. Kept going, made it home about 11 o'clock at night. Not bad at all, and it was a good little trip. And I slept pretty much the whole next day because I knew I'd give myself one extra day just in case I didn't make it back in 2 days. But I was like, screw this, we're gonna make it back 2 days, and I'm gonna sleep all of Monday, and I went to work on Tuesday. But just a couple like tips and tricks, especially if you're like solo riding. First, I will tell you, take your time. I know it may sound a little weird because I did not. 900 miles, 2 days, but I was fine with that. Ride your ride. Be on the lookout. It is going to rain on you. I think last year a lot of people encountered hail. You know, it may actually not be a bad idea to have a tarp or something. If you're like taking a bagger and you can pack a little tarp, just something to get out of the elements if you are stuck. Because once you get out west like that, there may not be an overpass to get under. So you might get stuck. You might want to have a little bit of protection, you know. Definitely drink water. Gets hot. If your bike is tuned and you really need that high octane fuel, it might behoove you to bring a little in a can. Because once you get out west, especially on I-80, there can be some stretches where we had to put regular fuel in this thing for a little bit, which this didn't care. I was easy on it. It's not like it's a built motor or anything. But you can run across where you don't have any high octane fuel. So just kind of be, you know, careful of that. bring you a small set of tools, and just enjoy yourself. It's definitely a beautiful trip. I've heard so many people say, oh, I want to go to Sturgis, but I don't care about drinking. I'm going to go when the rally's not going on. Don't do that. Don't be stupid. Go to Sturgis during the rally, because that place is a bit of a ghost town when the rally's not going on. And yeah, if you don't want to sit on Main Street and drink, you don't have to. There is so much to do. You have all those big bars you've seen on TV. I never went to them. But there's so many events going on, so many different things happening, that why would you not go? And I was there for like that last weekend. There was already bars shutting down and didn't have food, didn't have beer, and they weren't restocking. So if you're going to go there during the off season, you're going to have a lot less options of things to get and do. And we went out to Wyoming. That was beautiful. I didn't get to go to the Needles. I didn't get to go to Mount Rushmore, mainly because I was only there for like 2 days. So I just told my friends, hey, I'm going to go do whatever you do, because I don't really care. You know, if they've already done it, why would I go do that if they've already done that? There is so much to see. There is so much to do. You're probably not going to do it all at one time. I'm trying to get that guy to go because I got my blinker on, but I guess he's not paying attention, and it is what it is. But there is so much to do, so much to see. Don't fall in that trap of like being antisocial, because like I said, you don't have to ride through Main Street. Go down there, check it out, walk around. As soon as I got there, I parked my bike in the first spot I could, and I just walked around. And then Deadwood, oh my God, Deadwood is beautiful. If I had the money, I would stay there, but that's expensive. And I will say there is like a good big reason to go out there during Sturgis, the rally, just in case you break down. Because you're out there in the middle of nowhere for a long time. You're in the desert. Not like the, you know, super sandy desert, but you're like in the plains. There's not a whole lot going on. And if you break down, there's way less people to come help you when the rally's not going on. But with the rally going on, there's so many people out there that are going to be willing to help you. That's just how it goes. So we may not be able to go this year. If you're watching this, it's already going on, and y'all might already be there. If you are there, go check out my boy Jay with Left Lane Syndicate. You probably know who he is if you know who I am. He's much bigger than we are, but he's a homie of mine. He's going to be, I believe, at the Thunderdome. Check out his Instagram, Left Lane Syndicate. Left Lane is for crime. They're, I believe, going to be at the Thunderdome the entire time, slinging shirts. They got awesome merch, cool people. Go check him out. Go tell him I said hello. Support the homies. He's another East Coast dude. We love it. Maybe next year we'll be out there with him, having a good time. Let me know in the comments, have you gone to Sturgis? Are you thinking about going to Sturgis? Would love to hear it. Please like this video if you don't mind. We got our own stuff going on. We got some shows coming up. We got a build coming up, hopefully soon. We can show it soon. I've been recording videos. Hopefully we can finally let it out. So keep following. But like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, help the homie out. But as always, keep it wretched.